everybody, and welcome. We're doing this light the spark thing, apparently, and we've got some arena. I don't know if they're going to be changing it every day, but I'm going to assume this is day 1 of 7 or whatever. We've got Experimental Loki with sparks, Phantom with cryo rockets, Scorpion with shotguns, Leech with atomizers, and Ao Jun with flamers. So let's get to the gameplay right now. So I spawned in the Ao Jun. I don't know if this is right. I didn't do very well with it, and I also tried spawning the Scorpion first. I also did not do very well with that. So maybe it's Leech first? I don't really know. So here I'm trying to get him to use his ability first. I heal through some of his attack, and then I take off. So this is going to allow me to attack him after his ability ends when he's more vulnerable. Of course, I don't get the kill. So I'm reloading my weapons. I'm going to try to use this building as cover. I get my overdrive activated, and now this guy has run out of ammo. And I'm going to hit heal once he tries to attack me. I managed to get the better of him. I guess that's an okay start. I get a bunch of damage and 1 kill. So now I'm in first place. So I'm looking around trying to figure out, okay, my ability's up. I'm looking for someone to kill. And I die very quickly when a Scorpion comes in behind me. Honestly, I might have, if I had been looking the other way, I should have seen that coming. I really should have seen that coming. I need to remember, watch for people who try to kind of get to 350 meters. I'm a bit of a loss for what to spawn next. I'm really frustrated with how quickly that Scorpion killed me. But I guess it makes sense. The Ao Jun doesn't have any armor modules or anything. So I end up bringing out the Experimental Loki since it's a neat little bot. I try to hit this Scorpion. He tries to teleport behind me. He's able to get me a little bit with the skill shots, but because his storms are set very wide, so the skill shot doesn't work as well. When I wait for him to run out of ammo, which gives me an advantage because of the reload on the storms is so slow. Now, I should have gone back to stealth while he was in phase shift, because that allows him to get a couple of shots reloaded and gets a burst of damage on me. So I get damage in, but again, I don't get the kill. I see this guy's low, but I realize I have almost no ammunition left. I need to reload. So that kill gets taken as well. If I had just fired a little bit longer before I went to stealth, maybe I would have been ready to take that kill. I'm making all sorts of mistakes here. So now, seems like the Leech is in a better position to skill shot me. Those top 2 slots shouldn't be doing a ton. I guess he has a little bit of an elevation drop on me. Now, I don't want to give the person in 3rd or 4th any kills here. I'd rather give a kill to the person in 1st, for sure. I want to at least not lose gold. But I don't want I don't want this Leech to get a free kill. Maybe if I can get him to use his ability. But in doing so, I give the 3rd place guy a kill. And maybe I should have just let the Leech kill me. I don't know. He was clearly playing well. Not a situation I want to be in. So I think I see this. At first I thought this was a Loki, but I realized it's a Scorpion. So if I can get in behind him, he immediately uses phase shift, which is smart. He gets turned around. I should have phase shifted as soon as I ran out of ammo, honestly. Now 50% damage resistance is not amazing, so the Scorpion at low health is pretty vulnerable even when it activates its ability. I finally pick up a 2nd kill though, and I didn't take too much damage for my trouble. Try to tease out as much of this guy's clip as possible. He expects me to kind of run out, so he fired a lot of rockets, but I immediately went back into cover. He missed a bunch. So here I managed to get a big chunk of him, and then go behind him, get another chunk of him, finish him off. I've still got a little bit of health left, but I know that this, as I said before, that this Scorpion is going to be vulnerable at low health. I really wish I had healing. I think healing will be really helpful for Scorpion. because it only has 50% resistance. If it had 90% resistance, healing just a little mechanic would be like all it would need. So at this point, look, honestly, I probably should have been thinking about who my kill was going to, because that guy, he was in like 4th and he jumped to 2nd and in doing so knocked me out. I should have maybe looked for someone else to fight. Now I think if I move fast enough, I can avoid a lot of damage here. I fire a short burst of rockets because I think he has his ability available, and then I figure that if I can freeze him, I should be able to hit him. I missed my first bit of rockets with the atom in the air, but then I managed to freeze him and get some damage in. If my aim had been a little bit better to start, I actually think I could have killed him in the air. I teleport to kind of make him turn around, and I managed to finish him off. Thankfully, this gets me into 2nd, but I'm immediately knocked back to 3rd. And I've got leg damage, and someone comes in behind me, and I'm just toast. But at least I'm in the top 3. Now I'm thinking I should be able to mop up. This Leech is pretty strong. I should be able to mop up with the Leech. But I guess this guy's worried that the game is close, and he really doesn't want to give a kill to someone who's relatively close behind him. And to be fair, the way things have been swapping around, this game might actually be close. But I think, oh, come on, man, I just need to stay in 3rd. You're already in 1st. Just fight me. But no, he's probably being smart. He probably realizes that this game is relatively close and doesn't want to give me that kill. Now, I know that in stealth, he's still vulnerable to me. I know I can skill shot him with my lower weapons. But while I'm focusing on this Loki, someone else scores a kill, and I'm knocked into 4th, and like, I can't afford to spend the rest of the match chasing this Loki in circles. The Loki can. The guy in 1st can afford that. I'm very carefully watching that stealth icon at the bottom of my screen. Actually, usually isn't there not a stealth icon at the bottom of the screen? Is that new? Just realized that. See, I didn't want him to bring his weapons out and shoot me in the back, so I was watching very closely for that triangle. If I saw that triangle, I knew he needed to react immediately. Now here, I know if I use my ability first, he can probably go into the air, outlast me, and then kill me as soon as he hits the ground. So I need to get him to use his ability first. The Loki attacks him, so he uses his ability. Now I'm like, okay, great. So now I can kind of chase him to his landing spot. I use phase shift to avoid the damage, and now I can put my ability up pretty safely. Actually, I managed to not put my ability up because he goes to cover. This is good because I'm actually going to need it. He manages to not run it out. So I go for shooting the Loki there because if I go for the Ao Jun dies, the Loki goes to stealth. If I go for the Loki, and I kill the Loki, I can still target the Ao Jun. But as a result, I do manage to get the one kill that brings me back into 3rd place. So I was really down to the wire. If they had managed to just mutually kill each other, I would have been SOL. Anyways, so we see here, I managed to get my gold back, and I had the most honor and the most damage. Just those people that are ahead of me were able to grab more kills than me. And I feel like I didn't spend enough time engaged. I spent too much time playing cat and mouse with people. I'm not entirely sure what I could have done to avoid that. I definitely made some mistakes getting attacked by the scorpion. I should have at least been aware that he was there. I don't know if healing module up when that happened. But anyways, let's take a closer look at the hangar. Here. We've got the experimental Loki. We've got some armor, so it can take some hits, and healing, so it can kind of keep going. But it really has a hard time like getting damage in quickly with sparks. If you can get close, if you can really catch someone unaware, you can get some damage in quickly. But most people are going to have just enough awareness that it's going to be tricky. Phantom's not very tough, but can dish out the damage if you can hit with the cryo weapons. They seem maybe better than they were, but they're still pretty hard to hit with sometimes. The stealth is really good against the Loki. Less good against the Ao Jun, but as you saw in my match, it can be used against the Ao Jun successfully if you are get close and are really good at aiming. Scorpion's just classic glass cannon. I mean, with only 50% resistance. Now, I mean, you can definitely steal kills with this, though. Get into 350 meters and get someone while they're weak. Just, you know, you need to be at your timing right. The Leech is really strong. Only bought with a last stand. And yeah, it's no armor, it's just attack, so you can deal your damage, but you are vulnerable when your ability is down. You're really vulnerable. And then we've got Ao Jun with the overdrive and the healing. If you can, I think if you can get into a good spot where you're not surrounded with the Ao Jun, maybe I shouldn't have spawned it first. When you do the healing and the overdrive, you can deal a lot of damage. You can get some kills, though. You have to be able to aim the flamers correctly. So, that's today's Hangar. I don't know if they're going to change it, but we'll see. For now, if you want to keep seeing these videos, you know, be a helpful mender. Like and subscribe and put on notifications. You'll get more. If they do change the Hangar, I'll be back to give you a rundown of that Hangar. For now, I'm Anti-Pirate. Well, may you have luck in your battles, especially your arena battles. And a good day, wherever you are. And I am Anti-Pirate, signing off.